Well, very good morning, everybody. Welcome back. You're watching and listening to Breakfast with me, Patrick and Emily.
You are indeed. So let's take a look at some of the newspaper front pages and what's inside them.
Well, the Times reports on Jeremy Hunt's struggle to secure funds for a 2p personal tax cut in the budget, which is a bit of a snooze fest, if you ask me.
The Telegraph leads on Hunt's plans to combat excess civil servants in the upcoming budget. A bit of a war on woke, apparently.
Well, the Observer is, shock horror, telling him that, oh, gosh, it would be absolutely awful if you dared to cut tax. Thank you, Observer.
Well, the top economists are saying that, at least. The Mirror leads with Prince Andrew facing new questions as secret papers are set to be released.
Yeah, and we go over to the Sun now, saying the royals are in crisis and Queen Camilla is on holiday, or is going on holiday anyway, so yes.
And the Daily Star leads with Meghan, the mayorholic, who gets through 3 big bottles of mayonnaise per week.
Great.
3 bottles. You get through that many of garlic and herb.
Yes, I do. It's a good job it's not smell-o-vision, isn't it, really? But, OK, we're going to go in now with Emma on, apparently, an NHS questionnaire that has got you going.
So this is a new digital questionnaire that patients are being faced with at A&E when they arrive, right? It's an iPad-style thing where you have to press the screen, endlessly. Urgent care self-service. So it's a check-in screen. Wait, if you turn up and you're bleeding heavily, if you turn up and you're struggling to breathe, if you turn up and you're suicidal or seriously ill or just very, very stressed, you are going to have to go through 14 pages, 14 screens of multiple choice questions. You know, like when you check in at the GP and all of that. And there are questions like, are you spurting blood, spraying, or enough to make a puddle?
Enough to make a puddle?
This is 14... This is 14 screens in, right? Have you got rapid swelling? Are you struggling to breathe? Are you here because you've tried to end your life?
Oh, my gosh.
So there's a lot of concern. I mean, it's funny, but it's also shocking. There are a lot of concerns that elderly people won't be able to do a digital questionnaire. Yeah. People who turn up at A&E will be very stressed. They may be very ill, genuinely ill. This is absolutely, you know, not what patients need.
But to be generous
they need
to
to
the
be assessed.
To be generous to the NHS, though, is this just a smarter way of triaging?
No.
At A&E?
Absolutely
okay,
not. There's a great quote here in the Mail on Sunday. A member of the non-medical reception staff said, since they arrived a couple of weeks ago, we've been told to send people to the iPads, even if they're obviously bleeding. We've had people bleeding on the floor down there and all sorts.
Oh, my
God. For goodness sake. And if you have an issue with you've attempted suicide, there's even more questions that you need to fill out. This is ridiculous.
You don't turn up at A&E unless you think, and often it's not an emergency, but unless you think you need urgent help. There are going to be so many people who can't cope with this, and elderly people and little people and whatever.
But
it's not the place for it.
There are a lot of people who turn up in A&E simply because they can't see their GP.
They're drunk. Good luck with the iPad screens when you're drunk.
Well, that's true. That's true. Now, can I just whiz us down a bit further than expected, Georgie, if that's all right, and just talk about this Brits balanced diet of foie gras and Greggs, apparently. We are...
Yeah, I don't know if I'm thinking a bit too much about this, to be fair, which actually probably isn't a surprise with me. But look, I mean, foie gras and Greggs are both doing... great guns, I suppose. We're buying it. But to me, it sort of sums up the cost of living issue that we've been covering over the last few years. I'm a financial journalist, and whenever people talk about cost of living crisis, I always have to say, for many people, it is not a crisis. It's a bit of an inconvenience. Things may be a bit more expensive, you know, but by and large, if you don't have a mortgage, if your energy bill's quite cheap, you've probably escaped this quite nicely. And I go around wherever I live in cost of living crisis where? So this to me, but there are people who are suffering very, very badly. So this to me sort of shows the sort of two Britons that we're getting at the moment.
Really
the foie gras. Did I think too much about that?
No, I like,
all right, thanks,
that analysis there because...
but everyone likes Greggs,
I thought foie gras was banned because of animal welfare.
Yes, I mean, there is also that.
I thought you could only get pate these days.
There's a few welfare concerns as well, which I probably should have thought about first. But as a financial journalist, I went with the economics.
No, you're right.
No, I preferred your analysis. I just wanted to get that in there.
Should we keep it kind of food-related as well? Because there's Someone who's saying they're addicted to mayonnaise on the front of the Daily Star.
This is absolutely brilliant. Classic Star headline. You know, the world is going to hell in a handcart and they've got mayo. Meghan, the mayo addict. I'm mayo addicted or whatever. Anyway, this Meghan, well, she gets through 3 huge tubs, the sort of jar tubs, you know, the plastic ones, of mayo a week. 3 isn't that many, but anyway, they're pretty big. But she puts it on everything. She's totally addicted. She carries sachets and jars with her as a backup.
Oh, no, she puts it in her porridge.
She puts it on her porridge. I don't like mayo. I don't really know what you do with it, but even I know that porridge is not for mayonnaise.
OK, well, I love mayonnaise, but certainly not on my porridge. So she must be an addict if she's putting it on her porridge.
I can't look at it.
I mean, her partner knows about it. Her friends give her mayo for birthdays.
If this all it takes to get on the front cover of a newspaper, then, I mean, it's not hard nowadays, is it?
Put me on the front of the Star. There we go.
There we go. All right, OK, well, look, thank you very much. Another rip-roaring hour. We are going to be back very, very shortly. We're going to be talking to Camilla Tominey, the best in the biz, for what she's got coming up on her show. Spoiler alert, it's great.